Welcome back, Verse Squad. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how Derrick Rose saved his career, and what changes he made to make him less injury prone, and how these changes affect his game. Let's get it. Growing up, Derrick Rose is one of my favorite players. We've seen him have a roller coaster of a career so far because he's been injured. We've seen him battle injury after injury after injury over and over again. And it's kind of like we've been singing the same song, and we don't know why or how he keeps injuring himself, but I'm going to break that down for you right now. The first thing to really pay attention to about Derrick Rose is he has horrible landing mechanics. Absolutely terrible. Oftentimes you'll see Derrick Rose try to land on one leg in a straight leg position, or he puts a lot of the load on his left knee, which the knee ended up tearing his ACL. If you watch closely, he also lands flat-footed, so all of the force is going through his body. It's not being properly absorbed. In this clip, you see that he loves to land straight legged. I don't know why is that. Is it from playing street ball outside? He's just so accustomed to landing on his feet at all times. Sometimes it's okay to fall, to break your landing, versus coming down hard and having all that force go directly to his knees. Again, we see Derrick Rose landing on that left knee after a dunk. And this is eventually the left knee that he ended up tearing his ACL that started all of the other major injuries. The thing about D Rose is that he has had poor landing mechanics ever since high school. If you watch this basketball clip of him in high school on a fast break dunk, you will see that he tries to stick his landing by landing with straight legs, and he ends up his legs end up collapsing under him. He's not injured in this play, but you can see it's a poor result of his bad landing mechanics. If he was to land in a sunk in position with his hips back, his knees flexed, ankles flexed, he'd be in a better situation. He's been working on a lot of knee stabilization exercises. He's been training hard in the gym and in the weight room, and just working on the little minute things that people don't appreciate, like balance, proprioception, and just strengthening that knee again, strengthening his core to save him from injury. Really focusing on that left knee, and then obviously if you focus on that left knee, you have to focus on your right knee, because you want to save yourself from overcompensation injuries. But he's been working on sticking his landing and putting all that force and stabilization on that knee. Like I said, he's working on his right knee as well, catching this ball and sinking into a position where his knee is flexed, and that's how his landing position when he's coming down from a jump should be. Knee slightly bent in a flex position to absorb that force. Along with training his knee and stabilization, he's been training his hips and his glutes, performing glute activation activities with these bands. And this is called a knee step down or a lateral eccentric step down. And this is great for strengthening your knee, hips. It's probably one of the best exercises for strengthening your lower body. And most importantly, he's been working on his landing with his trainer. So in this drill, he's jumping up and his trainer is pushing him and forcing him to sink into that position where he's landing versus landing with straight legs, how he's used to landing. So thus far, for the Pistons, he looks great. He's performing a lot better. He's changed his game. He's relying more on his jump shot and floaters. And don't get me wrong, he still drives to the basket, but he's more conscious of how he lands. He kind of lands and he staggers his feet and kind of dissipates the force instead of trying to stick his landing every single time. So he's performing great. He looks great. His movement patterns are a lot better. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how he progresses in his career going forward. I would love to see him on a contender. All right, this is a bonus right here. This is my theory on why I believe Derrick Rose injured himself. I believe his injury, along with his poor landing mechanics and amongst other things, is because of the Adidas ankle braces that he wears. Not just the Adidas ankle braces, but ankle braces in general. Early in his career, you notice that he wears ankle braces while he was playing. And if you know anything about ankle braces, you know that ankle braces limits your range of motion. I look at the ankle braces as just another product that Adidas tried to use D Rose to sell. I'm not saying it didn't work, but I know that he didn't wear them in college. He never wore them in college. Obviously, he played for 1 year, so the chances of him injuring himself was very slim. But early in his career, he never wore them. And I noticed he started wearing them. And when you're landing and you have stiff ankles and your ankles can't flex or bend the way they're supposed to, then it puts you in a compromising position with your knees, because your hips, knees, and ankles all work together. But I know you guys see another player in Steph Curry. He also wears ankle braces, but he has chronic ankle injuries. But they have two different styles and two different games. Derrick Rose plays a lot more aggressive. He drives to the basket a lot more. So I'm happy to see that he's in Detroit and he's not wearing them anymore. It seems like he's finally got the word on him, and he's having a great season. You take a look at his stats from per 36 minutes. He's having a career year so far. Some stats are not updated, of course, but I'm looking forward to see how Derrick Rose performs over time, and he looks great. So if you like this video, please like, comment, share, and definitely subscribe, man. I got a lot of videos in store. I'm trying to get all these NBA players out the way first. Let's get it.